Therefore I love thy commandments above gold, yea, above fine gold. Therefore I esteem all thy precepts concerning all things to be right. I hate every false way. Thy testimonies are wonderful, therefore doth my soul keep them. The entrance of thy word giveth light. It giveth understanding unto the simple. I opened my mouth and panted, for I long for thy commandments. Look thou upon me, be merciful unto me. Thou as thou usest to do unto those that love thy name. Order my steps in thy word, and let not any iniquity have dominion over me. Deliver me from the oppression of man. Who will I keep thy precepts? So will I keep thy precepts. Make thy face to shine upon thy servant, and teach me thy statutes. Rivers of water run down mine eyes, because they keep not thy law. Righteous art thou, O I am. Upright are thy judgments. Thy testimony that thou hast commanded are righteous and very faithful. My zeal has consumed me, because mine enemies have forgotten my words. Thy word is very pure. Therefore thy servant loveth. Psalms 119, verses 127 through 140. Deliver me from the hands of evil spirits, who have sway over the thoughts of men's hearts, and let them not lead me astray from thee, my God. Establish thou me and my seed, that we go not astray for henceforth and forevermore. Jubilees chapter 12 and verse 20. Yes, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Those of you that are viewing this, we thank God for you. It's a beautiful time, a beautiful time. A beautiful time to just take in and reminisce over the things that are happening today, biblically. I mean, as far as wars, we've been having them since the beginning. Rumors of wars, we've been having them since the beginning. But one thing, you have to watch. You have to watch. In order to watch, you have to know what you're watching for. In order to know what you're watching for, you have to study it and read it. If you have not read it, you're going to take upon yourself anything that man has to tell you. Anything. You see, God has set forth an agenda here in the earth. None of this is by chance, just like in your government. Even as Roosevelt has said, anything that happens in government was already planned. It's already been well planned. I don't care whether you're talking about from them coming over the border or the diseases, and all these things were already planned. This is what your president, one of your late presidents, said. And also in any other country, they plan these things. Secret societies and agendas of political parties. You have to see and know that these things are planned not only on earth, but they're planned in heaven also. Not that your government has anything to do with it. They don't know what they're doing, really. All they know is they want to erase this and raise up that and erase this, and it don't work, so they go to something else and they lie, and more lies. But you have to see. And the only way you can see is study, read, and understand. Yes. Even those who they let over the borders, they don't even know why they're there. They know they're giving money, they're giving all this stuff. But why are they there? Why was their country in such a rampage? Because we know that it's said that a certain country always causes chaos to get done the things they want to get done. They have secret societies that does these things, paid, taxpayer paid. That go around and influence leaders and military and all kind of things. It's done with money, basically, if you want to put it that way. For the love of money is the root of all evil. Now, Joshua just gave his after action report. He'd done all those things in his lifetime that he was commanded by the Most High. Oshea was diligent, and that his best teacher was Moses. Moses was the one who was in the Sudan. He was king in the Sudan by the first cataract of the Nile. Yes, it was King Moshe. It wasn't named the Sudan at that time. No, it was not the Sudan at that time. But the Sudan can rejoice. Moshe was a leader. But what happened? After Moses left, many of the Sudanese have turned to mixing. So you have in the north the lighter Sudanese, and then you have in the south the darker Sudanese. You cannot, and when it comes boiled down, you try to get to these other people that deceive you. If your skin is not pink or you wasn't born in their lineage, you are nothing. I wish you get that through your head. You're just a tool, and when they get through with their tool, they will break the tool. But in your case, you have been sustained for a while. North Sudan. Embrace your brothers in the south. Come together. That's all you have to do. Stop walking in your own pride and the lies that have been told you. Yes, you've been mixed, but that's okay. You still have some, and mostly if you're mixed, your father is the one whom you are, the tribe or the people that you belong to. Because most of the mixing is done from the men of the opposing people, and they go either grape or they marry the women. And the child is theirs. It comes from their seed. So many of you really are not Sudanese, but the fact is you're there. Make the best of it and love your brethren. If you're going to go by your mother's, do that or whatever. Just love your brethren, even though they're darker. But that was the norm before the colonizer. Black is beautiful. Don't get that, do you? Okay, now Joshua. We're in Joshua chapter 13. We just finished with Joshua chapter 12, or Oshea chapter 12. And it reads, And now Oshea was old and stricken in years, and Joiam said unto him, Thou art old and stricken in years, and there remaineth very much land to be possessed. This is the land that yet remaineth, all the borders of the Philistines, all the Geshuri, from Sihor, which is before Egypt, even unto the borders of Ekron northward, which is counted to the Canaanite. 5 lords of the Philistines. These were black people now. I don't care what you say. All these were black. The whole Palestine, the whole Middle East was black, as you define it. The Gehazites, Gazathites, black folk. And the Ashdodites, black folks. Eshkelonites, black folks. The Gittites, black folks. Ekronites, black folks. Also the Hivites, black folks. It says from the southland to the Canaanites, to the Mira. Not with no string of hair either. They were just plain old kinky-haired, African-looking black folks. Period. I don't see how you can insist to even wag your tongue at the point of saying they were white or whitish. No way. You're playing a farce. You're not fooling nobody but yourself. Everybody that is of color know that these were black people. Hamites, to be exact. Matter of fact, all the children of Noah were black. Yes. From the south, all the land of the Canaanites and Mirai, that is beside the Sidonians, unto Ephek, unto the borders of the Amorites, and the land of the Giblites, and Lebanon toward the Sarizing, and Balgad, another false god. This is the reason they were subdued. You came there, but now you're going to have to, you overstep your bounds. What's going to happen? God's going to get you back. Don't worry about it. Death is nothing to the Most High. Demising from the oldest to the youngest to the just born is nothing to the Most High. God rejoices over soul. He says, precious in the sight of the Most High is the death of his saints. We've read that through the Psalms. Yes, we have. Balgad, under Mount Hermon, unto entering the Hamath, and all the inhabitants of the hill country from Lebanon unto Mesrephothmaim, and all the Sidonians. These were Canaanites. These were black folks. Them will I drive out from before the children of Israel. No, not the Ashkenazi. No, not the Europeans or the white folks. No, they took it over by the weaponry and the help of the Western nations. White folks, yes. Now, come divide thou it by lot unto the Israelites for an inheritance. Yes, this is God's doing. Was he wrong? No, he's not wrong. He does it for chastisement, but don't worry. You only been there for a short while. 400 years is nothing. 500 years, nothing. You ain't even been there 60 years. 1948 off. You ain't been there no time, man. And you about to get ousted now. But the fact is that now therefore divide this land for an inheritance unto thine tribes and unto the half tribe of Manasseh, with whom the Reubenites and Gadites have received their inheritance, which Moses gave them beyond Jordan, eastward, even as Moses the servant of the I Am gave them. From Aor, that is upon the bank of the river Arnon, and the city that is in the midst of the river, and all the plains of Medeba unto Dibon, and all the cities of Sihon, king of the Amorites, which reigned in Heshbon, unto the border of the children of Ammon, and Gilead, and the border unto the Geshurites, and the Maccathites, and all the Mount Heron, and all unto Bashan, and Salcah, and all the kingdom of Og, Bashan, which reigned unto Ashtaroth, even unto Edrei, who remained of the remnant of giants. For these did Moses smite and cast them out. Nevertheless, the children of Israel expelled not the Geshurites, nor the Maccanites, but the Geshurites and the Maccanites dwelled among the Israel until this day. You didn't do what God tell you to do, so you're going to have to suffer. This is another reason why all those black folks is driven out. You didn't do what God said. You went according to your own understanding, just as Oshea allowed himself to be deceived by the Gideonites. Yes. And only to the cities of Levi he gave none inheritance, in verse 14. The sacrifices of the I Am, God of Israel, made by fire, are their inheritance. In other words, you people, those of you that say you go through the 12 tribe chart, where is the tribe of Levi? You cannot give him anything. This makes your whole synopsis false, your whole chart damnable. Levi is a people that are scattered all over Israel. They are assigned to every tribe. Where there's a tribe in Israel, there is a group of Levi or a tribe of Levi. They only marry amongst each other. They only know each other. You screwed up. You're wrong. There is no country that Levi has. And this is throughout the books that were expelled and these books here. That's a given. That's already there. It's a stupid list, to put it plainly. Foolish. But the Gerites and the Mechanites dwell among. But he says, but the tribes of Levi, in verse 14, he gave none inheritance. The sacrifices of the I Am of Israel made by fire are their inheritance, and they have ceased. And he said unto them, as he said unto them. And Moses gave unto the children of Reuben inheritance according to their families. And their coast was from Aor, that is on the bank of the river Arnon, and the city that is in the midst of the river, and all the Bem Mothbal. Another ball thing in Beth Baal Meon. This God. And here go part of his names right here, Jahaza, but he put Jah in front of it. These names are all mixed in for these gods, these devils, these Satans. Satan is never a singular person, else he would be equal to God. No way! When you say just Satan by himself, you're a liar. In the Bible, even this book, when it says Satan, it is wrong translation. It should be Satan's. There is none spirit in the whole realm of earth and space that is equal unto the Most High. None. And Kirjathmeim, verse 19, and Sipnah, and Zeristai, and in the mount of the valley, and Beth Peor, and Ashbaphisca, and Beth Himoth. These are names of devils, really, to tell you the truth. You might not see it that way, but that's what they are. These devils is under this new God that have shown up in the book of Jasher, Jubilees. This is after the flood. There was a new leader. The rest of them were, before the flood, they were cast into chains and bound for 10,000 years. And that time hasn't come back yet because you're still here, and I am too. And the earth is not that old. Stop believing what they say. They assume. This is only a hypothesis. All that stuff, nothing but a hypothesis. Read what they say. We think, we guess, we hypothesize. It is our surmising that we I mean, it's just guess, to bring it to plain English and layman terms. Balaam, also the son of Beor, the soothsayer, did the children of Israel slay with the sword among them that were slain by them. Now the book of Jasher also goes into detail how he was slain. Now this man lived from the time Moses was a child even to the delivering of Israel. He was very old, but he was a soothsayer. Some of you that say you got prophecies from God and all these things, you're nothing but a soothsayer. Even God talked to Balaam because he knew he was one that communicated with spirits. And these spirits will lie. Some of you are nothing but a soothsayer. Then the children, and it comes to pass. Yes, what they say come to pass. Yes, most of it. Not all. That's how you can tell they're nothing but soothsayers. Then the children of Israel slay with the sword among them that were slain by them. And the border of the children of Reuben was Jordan. Jordan, yes, the Jordan River. You can see that on Google Maps. And the border thereof. This was the inheritance of the children of Reuben after their families, the city and villages thereof. And Moses gave inheritance unto the tribe of Gad, even unto the children of Gad, according to their families. And their coast was Jazer, and all the cities of Gilead, and half the land of the children of Ammon unto Aor. That is before Rabbah, and from Heshbon, and Rathmach-Mizpeh, and Betomin, and Mahatman unto the border of Deborah. You know why my videos are mainly suppressed and shadow banned many times? I don't matter if I have 1 million followers, they'll still be shadow banned and suppressed. Because the ones who are behind this have set it up such a way. It is for those fake Jews or those fake Ishis people, put it that way. Some of them work in these social media places. They program these AIs. And they can have plausible deniability that they are even a part of such things. But if you delve even more and you look at the names of the people that have gone into this, or even monitor your own videos, you will find out that it's them, period. Christians, yes, if you're preaching against what they're saying. And not much Muslims, no, they won't allow that. It's basically them and Christians, basically. And prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. That's all I got to say. To every social media executive, prove me wrong that your people is not causing these things. But either way, this is why even on other social media things, mostly minority posts and all these things are subject to scrutiny. They're subject to every little word is a violation. Whereas you go to another person, they try to judge it by the name that you have. Some of them don't even know your color, but they go by your name. They don't ask your race, but they know those of different names, how they would be named. And that's change your name. Change it to something else. Put a different face on your post and find out how many views and likes you're going to have. Now, this is true. Try it. Try it. Speak evil. Speak degradation. Speak the split of family. Speak those things that are against man and woman. See, now they're trying to mix it up to confuse you. Even with the enforcers. They're mixing it up to confuse you. They're still against you. Jacob, yes they are. They're still against you. They're just mixing it up and making it seem as though it's everybody, but it's not. They just pick a few random. All you have to do is look at the CDC notes, and you're gonna, should I say, yeah, the CDC notes about arrest and all these things, and you're gonna see. Basically, what they be showing you is trying to make themselves look as though we're after everybody. Yes, they do arrest some of them and some of those, but mainly mostly of us. For no good reasons. A traffic stop. Back in the day, you get a traffic stop here, man. You just speed it, take the thing and go. And you deal with it in court. You don't have to get it until you get out the car. Here, you know you've been speeding over this. Here's the ticket, sign it, take it, go. Period. There is no such thing as get out the car. Just show me your ID. For what? You haven't gone over 100 miles an hour. I wouldn't worry about that. You haven't sped excessively over the speed limit. It's just a racist ploy for eugenics. That's all it is. Oh, they need training. No, enforcers don't need no training. They had all the training they should get even in school. They got all that training, just as the military. Got all the training, no further training. But they pick and choose. They pick and choose through their questionnaire before you. It's a pre-employment questionnaire before they get into these departments. And they can tell whether you are. Psychologists pick this stuff out. They can tell whether you're racist. They can tell whether you're a bigot. They can tell whether you are Dudley Do Right. You don't have to be black, but they can tell, and they know their agenda. How many of these they want in theirs? And then they come in plausible deniability. Oh, we didn't know he was like that. That's a lie. The sheriff, the chief of police, all of them that have hired in that hierarchy knows what they hired. They're not dumb. There needs to be a change, and we need to hold these people that allow these people in there accountable, because they themselves probably have done the same thing. But now, taking back the land. That's part of taking back the land. You have to take back your enforcement to get it right. It was never right from the beginning, but we can make it right. It's part of taking back the land. Your political systems, yes, taking back the land. It says, and in the valley 27, in the valley of Bethram and Beth Nimrah and Succoth and Zaphon and the rest of the kingdom of Sihon and king of Heshbon, Jordan and his border, even unto the edge of the sea, Chinnereth and the other side of Jordan eastward. This is the inheritance of the children of Gad after their families, the city and their villages. And Moses gave inheritance unto the half tribe of Manasseh, and this was the possession of the half tribe of the children of Manasseh by their families. And their coast was from Mahatmim unto Bashan, all the kingdom of Og of Bashan, and all the towns of Jared, and which are in 80 cities, and the half Gilead and Ashtaroth and Edrei, and cities of kingdom of Og of Bashan were pertaining to the children of Mashir, unto the son of Manasseh, even to the one half of the children of Machir by their families. And these are the countries which Moses did distribute for inheritance in the plain of Moab on the other side of Jordan by Jericho eastward. It's coming from Euphrates and you're going east toward the Nile. But unto the tribe of Levi Moses gave not any inheritance, the I am. That's a beautiful thing. You own more. See, they were the one that really people came to when they had a dispute in the law. They were the ones that people came to understand what the law says about this certain thing that we should do. Even those who were appointed as the princes or the chiefs of those people in certain places. They would go to the Levite because he was one from a child who has been taught the law, quoting the law, and all these other things of the law. There was nothing about the law that he did not know. And unto the tribe of Levi Moses gave not any inheritance. The I am God of Israel was their inheritance, as he said unto them. And this is why the Most High would mainly speak unto the Levites rather than speaking unto the children of Israel widely. And as we get into the book of Judges, we shall see. But the fact is that these leaders, Joshua and Moses, they were just carrying out the deliverance that the Most High has promised Israel. Now, it wasn't that Israel could just have anything handed in their laps, just like you, Jacob. There's nothing going to be handed in your lap. You got to go get it. I'm sorry. No, I'm not sorry. But the fact is, you got to go get it. You can walk up and down the street, do all this stuff, but you're going to have to call things out as they are. We know even by well-known social media artists says that. Now, these people that call themselves supremacists of their hue, they're going to play from both ends. The hierarchy says we didn't know anybody, we didn't know anything about it, and the lowarchy is going to say, hey, they moved their hand. And then they're going to go back and say, oh, let's see what kind of criminal activity has he done in his past. That has nothing to do with the crime committed. Nothing. This is just what these supremacists or these certain factions of these people call themselves doing. To try to bring the guilt off of them and say, oh, they were thugs. Oh, they had some marijuana. Oh, they popped an aspirin. But that had nothing to do with the crime committed against them or their demising. Nothing. You have to stand your ground, stand it good. You have many social media people, even lawyers and doctors, trying to tell you how to deal with these people. Many of you have gotten foolish. And for a thing like mine, it's going to be suppressed. It's going to be shadow banned because I'm talking not only religion, I'm talking even in the things in current events also, comparing it to it. It's what I'm doing. From South Africa all the way up to North, and South America all the way up to Canada in the north. Now, we know that they're very few in the world. They're just concentrated in the United States and Europe and all that. That's all. But most of us were put down where their system is about to break. Break, literally, break. Bricks. Their time is up. Just like Babylon, Persia, Gracia. I mean, their time is up. Spain, all this stuff, their time is up. It's come a new time now. Now the East, North and East, it's theirs for a given time. Now how they turn is up to them. They never slaved you. They never done anything wrong to you as a whole. I mean, you have their people, especially as we hear in the news, the children of that's in the East, some of them are businessmen and they're very shrewd, and they even treat their own people the same way, either way. But the fact is, take the land back. Hold them to their laws. Don't take the excuses at all. They have excuses. Excuses when they stop you, excuses in the courtroom, excuses. Even in the prisons, they have excuses. And they all back each other up. Even those that look like you. Instead of doing those things that are right. Would you sacrifice your life for your brother? For your sister? Many of you, the answer would be blankly no. I'm getting my bread and butter from him. Slick Rick with the long flowing hair. Or Susan B. Butterfield. that's in charge of the women's prison. I do what I want to do. Chief so-and-so, he backs me up. No matter what I do, I can take one and run in the house, do my thing, and come out, and they can holler all they want. We're going to play dumb. You got to start standing up for yourself, regardless, and seek help of those that look like you. Whatever payments you have to pay or whatever you have to do, you got to do it. And with that, we're going to say, peace.
Walk with me.